What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Brooklyn Mclinn. And first of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody who reached out to me in the last couple of weeks with the understanding that my buddy Sam Sarpong passed away. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for the condolences, reaching out, checking on me. Some of the people that were going through stuff that had the courage to reach out to me, we got a chance to talk and email. Um, yeah, so it really touched me to have it confirmed that there are people out there that we care about each other and we want to make sure that we're doing well and in good spirits. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. So we want to continue though. I started a video tutorial series from my book of favorite quotes. We started with quote number one, and then my buddy checked out, so I needed to go get my head right. So I took a break. But quote one is posted. There's only two reasons why people don't make it: either you quit or you die. So there's reading it, explaining it. So check that out. We're moving on to quote number two. And yeah, we just want to keep elevating, keep growing. I appreciate you guys taking this ride with me. Hey, and self-love, baby. That's what it starts with. So here we go. Quote number two is by Bruce Lee. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing is not enough. We must do. Okay? Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. So there's a phrase that I like that talks about the difference between the literate man and the illiterate man, right? The difference between somebody who can read and who cannot read. And the saying goes like, if you can read and don't, you're actually worse off than the man or the person who can't read. So you have an ability that you're not using, so you're actually worse than somebody who can't do it. So knowing is not enough, right? We all know a bunch of stuff about a lot of different subjects and things. So knowing is not enough. Just knowing doesn't create results, right? Just because we know doesn't create results. So we must apply. So that's action, right? So it's basically repeating itself. Willing is not enough. Like, you might know and you might be willing, but if we don't do or we don't apply, we're not going to see what we're saying we want to see. And we all want to live happy, healthy, fruitful existences. Okay? Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. And that's by Bruce Lee. You should check him out. Dude was incredible philosopher. A lot of his life lessons I apply to my life, and he's just a force to be reckoned with. So we're going to read. Bruce Lee, in my opinion, is one of the most dynamic spirits to ever grace this earth. He was a martial arts genius. More importantly, he was a philosopher, a student of life who set the maximum limits you can stretch your mind and body to. This is one of many quotes from Bruce Lee. This one sticks out more to me because it's so simple. Our whole lives, we've been around people who talk and talk and talk, knowing something about everything but do close to nothing. Let's cut right to it. Nothing I'm saying, or anyone else for that matter, is recreating the wheel. It's a variation of thoughts and ideas that have been communicated for thousands of years. So what it comes down to is doing it, or the application of it, or what is it that keeps people from achieving. Okay, so I'm going to read that again. So what it comes down to is doing it, or the application of it is what keeps people from achieving. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of ridicule, on and on and on and on. And we all know a better way of looking at fear is face everything and rise, or false evidence appearing real. None of these quotes are any good to you sitting on your mirror unless you are willing to put it into action. I call it the think and feel tool. And what that means is simply trying or applying the thought, idea, or belief, putting it into action, and seeing how it feels or seeing the results that you get. So, in essence, that's a big sticking point for me. I don't believe in good and bad anymore, like right and wrong. I believe whatever's for you is for you, right? But I do believe that our emotions were given to us as a guidance tool, okay, to indicate in what direction we should be going, okay? So what that means is, if you understand energy and vibration, so there's a universal law of vibration, okay? And if you're not into universal laws, you should get into them because they give you a basic template for how you can live your life. So there's a universal law of vibration, which basically says everything is moving, nothing is at rest. So everything is energy, everything is moving. So your emotions are energy in motion, right? So your emotions are actually a living, moving entity, okay? So heavier vibrations, anger, fear, doubt, disbelief, those are dense, those are heavy. Where on the other end of the spectrum is love, joy, happiness, and those are uplifting, airy, like feel good feelings and emotions. So when I talk about think and feel, so if there's some type of characteristic or behavior that you have, and you need to realize or understand if it's serving you or not, then it's like, well, how does it make you feel? I was actually talking to somebody today about a suggestion that they could do to help promote their business, and they told me that, well, they're shy. And I was like, okay, is that like you're going to use shy as an excuse not to do what you saying you want to do, or you're going to use shy as an excuse to not become greater than what you are? And she was like, well, I'm just shy. And I was like, okay, so look at it this way. It's not good or bad. Does shy serve your agenda? Does being shy help you get where you need to be? Right? So think about that and then feel it. Does shy help me get where I want to be? No, because it doesn't allow me to be outgoing. It doesn't allow me to promote my business. Okay, how does that feel? That doesn't feel good that I'm allowing something to get in the way of what I'm saying I want to do. Brilliant. Right? So it behooves us to alter that characteristic or that behavior and work towards a better feeling thought about myself or energy, and so I can move in the direction of love and joy and those better productivity, progress. Those things all feel better. Okay? They're moving forward. So is there going to be discomfort in moving out of, a pattern of behavior that we've always been in? Yeah. But on the other side of discomfort is everything that we're looking for. So you hear the phrase, no pain, no gain. Pain is temporary. So on the other side of pain is new life, labor, pain, right? This thing is growing inside of you, and at some point it's going to be ready to birth itself. And if we're stopping the birth, it's not going to be good. And it's going to hurt to get it out. So let's get it out. Let's birth the idea, or birth the action, or birth this new becoming. And then out of that birth, out of that pain, out of that discomfort comes this new life. A brand new baby, or a brand new business, or a brand new relationship, or a brand new job. Like, it's just new, whatever it is, and it comes out of discomfort. Okay? For example, speaking of me personally, I used to have an issue with networking. I hated the idea of having to talk to people to try to find out what they did and if there was a way to connect on a professional level. It felt so inorganic to generate a conversation out of thin air. But in my business as an actor, it is a necessary skill to develop. I was I am a quiet person by nature, which works against being good at networking. Time and time again at industry mixers, I would freeze up and not speak except for maybe the occasional hi. People would come up to me and ask me, was something wrong? I would say no and scratch my head like, what the hell is wrong with them? At some point, when enough people are giving you the same feedback, it can't be them every time. It must be me. I'm the common denominator. What energy am I giving off? Deep down, I consider myself a nice, friendly person and wanted people to know it. So I did what I'm asking you to do. I decided I wanted to be great at networking. I decided that that behavior wasn't serving me. It wasn't moving me along. It was keeping me in a comfort zone or in a safe space or being stuck. So it didn't feel good. So I needed to do something different to move me in a different direction. So I did what I'm asking you to do. I decided I wanted to be great at networking. I was going to attack my fear. I read as many books as I could, the most helpful being a book called The Definitive Book of Body Language by Barbara Peace. It taught me my body language was speaking louder than my words ever could. I took action. I began to apply the concepts in the book. I began being conscious of my body language, right? So before, I'd be at a mixer at a party, and I'm standing up against the wall with my arms crossed, just kind of no smile on my face. And, I could justify that because I'm like, man, this is comfortable, right? I'm not smiling because I'm not a goofy person. I'm not just ha ha ha. Like, I justified that behavior, but I wasn't getting the results that I felt like I wanted. I wanted to be engaging and connect with people and be open and fun and I wanted people to receive that from me. So I was like, yo, okay. So it taught me to stand in an open position, uncross my arms, unfold my legs, or uncross my legs. Don't stand with your back against the wall. Get in mingle, get in amidst the groups of people and just start with something simple like hi. Right? It doesn't have to be this questionnaire, a list of questions that you're asking to let somebody know that you're interested. Just saying hi to somebody is a feel good. So I just went out and did that. And I started before I got to, where it was most important to me was at the mixer. So most of us go to the gym and we see people every single day that we never speak to. And I thought that was ridiculous of me to see people every single day and never had spoken to them. So I was like, I'm going to start at the gym. So I went up to people and I just started saying hi. And yes, it was catching people off guard because most people live their lives with their head down in their own space, in their own world. And I was like, nah, I'm going to introduce you to mine. I'm going to bring you into my world. So did everybody respond in kind? No. But that's a part of the game. Not everybody, you're not going to please everybody. Like, you're not going to be received by everybody. So some people ignored me. Some people was like, just kind of gave me a look like whatever. And then, but 95% of people responded. Hey, how are you? Right? So what am I going to focus on? The 5% that didn't and let that affect me, or the 95% that responded? So I did that every day. I went to the grocery store. I started speaking to the checker and the shopping cart person and just people in the parking lot. And not full-on conversations, but just, hi, how are you? Have a good day. Wow, that's a nice dress. Hey, man, that's a dope jacket. That's a nice car. You know what I mean? Those are nice shoes. Like, just interacting with people, engaging people, right? Because I realized, well, that's the only way people are going to receive me the way I wanna be perceived, is to give off the energy that I'm expecting from other people. I have to be first. I have to be the conduit to move this thing forward. I have to be the one willing to take the action. Right? So I wasn't aware, but I had a feeling that this wasn't serving me. So I went and got the information. Right? Now I'm knowing. So knowing is not enough. I had to go out and apply the information and get feedback. Okay? What's going on when I'm doing what I'm doing? Right? So I was willing. Now I just went out and did it. So knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. And then when I got to the mixers, it was effortless. Because now I'm speaking to everybody, not just because somebody can do something for me or I thought they were in a position that could help me. No, I'm speaking to the host, the hostess, the bartender, people just, and now, because at everybody's core, we're just people. No matter what somebody's occupation is, no matter what they do, everybody got shortcomings and insecurities. Everybody has strengths and weaknesses. The President of the United States is insecure about something. So there's no reason I should ever feel intimidated or disempowered or feel less than or shy or whatever to go forward or go towards what I'm saying I want to accomplish in life, thinking that somebody's better than me. Right? No, we're all the same. At our core, we all are desiring similar things. We all want to be loved. We all want to be accepted. Nobody wants to be rejected. Right? We all want to, have interconnected relations. Like we want to connect with people. You know what I mean? Like we want to progress in life. Like we all want core similar things. How we go about those needs, hey, is individual. Some people do productive things. Some people do unproductive things. But we're all trying to accomplish similar goals. So I read the body language book. It taught me my body language was speaking louder than words ever could. So I took action. I began to apply the concepts in the book. I began being conscious of my body language. Arms unfolded, legs uncrossed, make consistent eye contact, and then charting mentally if I got different responses. And yes, I did. I then added becoming the initiator of conversations just simply by acknowledging people, saying hi, giving compliments, and the most important thing was I practiced with everyone because at the end of the day, we all have value as human beings, not just the producer or director that can give us a job, but the custodian, the grocery checker, the homeless person that adds benefit to our lives every day just by their presence. Over time, it became a developed habit that I cherish. But it took first identifying that I wanted something different than the results I was getting, acquiring the information necessary to achieve it, and then most importantly, the application of it. Don't forget to chart your results and make any necessary adjustments along the way. Okay? That's quote number 2. It's by Bruce Lee. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. I can't stress the importance of, I say physically write the stuff down, get a journal. Will Smith is a good friend of mine. He always talks about, and that's a shameless name drop, yes it is. He always talks about carrying 2 books with you. One that you're reading, one that you're writing. Because as ideas and revelations come to you, you want to be able to make a note of it so you can keep applying it. You can keep reflecting on it. It's not just a fleeting thought that moves around. And it doesn't sustain itself. It doesn't take root. It doesn't seed itself into your soil and take root and sprout. Okay? So chart this stuff. Chart this stuff. All right? I'm thinking, is that it? That's quote number 2. My book of favorite quotes. If you don't have your copy, it's on Amazon. 10% of the proceeds go to buying toiletries and socks and things like that for homeless people or for people or families that are not as fortunate as we are to have those things. So thank you once again. My name is Brooklyn Mclinn. Self-love, baby. And once again, I just want to reiterate and stress that thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for, everybody reaching out to me about my friend Sam Sarpong. Either way, it's tragic, it's sad, but I just want to express to you that, you're not alone. You'd be surprised that when you're going through something, how many people will show up for you. So you have a friend in me. Let's keep growing, baby. Let's keep elevating. Give me your comments and thoughts and concerns. Let me know how I can improve, sharing this information with you. If you have something for me, feel free to share it or share this with somebody that you think might need this information. You can check out my website, lifestrategymeetup.com. One word, lifestrategymeetup.com. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Let's keep doing this. Let's grow, baby. Peace.